So I want to show you a delicious recipe, and whenever I go to a Thai restaurant, if they happen to have duck curry on the menu, then this is what I order, and I want to show you how you can make this at home. So I'm going to gather up a few herbs from my garden, and I'll start here with the cilantro. Now where I live, cilantro grows through the winter for me, even underneath snow. And so I love to grow this year round. I'll leave a link below the video to show you how to grow some of these herbs. I'll also grab one of these scallions and just trim off the roots a little bit and take off the outside leaf that seems to be yellowing a little bit. So up here by my garage, I have my Kaffir lime tree, and I'll need a lime along with some of the leaves. Now this tree stays in the garage most of the winter for me, but whenever I can move it outside so it can get some sunlight, I like to move it out. And then of course I'll need a big stalk of lemongrass, and I've shown you how to grow this too in an earlier video. Of course I'll leave a link for you below this video if you want to check it out. I like to grow lemongrass from a stalk. I feel like I get a nicer plant because I like to use these really big stalks here for cooking. So here are the ingredients. You are welcome to do a screen capture with your device if you like. They'll also be below the video if you'd like to print them out. So we'll first start with some Thai red curry paste. Now I would like to make one note on this paste. Sometimes these can be very spicy, especially if you get them from the Asian market, because it's more authentic. I have found, however, though, if you pick up some that's from the grocery store here in the US, just your regular everyday grocery store, that red Thai curry paste seems to be a little bit mild in my personal opinion. Now I do like spicy heat. You'll have to add this according to your taste. I'm using 4 ounces of the kind that you buy from the grocery store. Now sometimes I do make this as well from scratch, but I will leave that below the video if you want to check it out and try to make it on your own one day. Now we'll also need some coconut milk and some broccoli, some carrots, some red peppers, red sweet peppers, and in this curry we're also going to add pineapple. I had pineapple in my curry for the first time many years ago, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but it was one of those kind of flavors that grows on you, and I actually just love it now. So whenever I can add fresh pineapple to my curry, that's what I like to do. And I would not use canned, though. I do want to go ahead and stress that point. I wouldn't use canned pineapple in this. It just wouldn't really do the trick. But once this fresh pineapple starts to cook, it really turns nice and sweet and develops a nice texture. It's just delicious in curry, especially with the hot peppers. We'll need some bamboo, some safflower oil, some palm sugar, and some fish sauce. And I'll leave substitutions below the video too if you don't have all of these ingredients. Need some galangal, and of course the cilantro, the green onions and lemongrass, and the kaffir lime leaves. And I'm also using some hot chili peppers that I had from the summer harvest. Those were in my freezer. And then in my indoor grow system I'm growing some Thai basil. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the duck breast. So what we'll need to do first is just score this breast a little bit, and this will open up that skin. You just kind of want to break the skin open and don't go all the way down to the meat. And this will just open it up a little bit so that we can render out some of the fat, because as you may know, duck breast can be pretty fatty. This will also help it crisp up because we want that skin to be nice and crisp. And so I'll just gently do this with a little razor blade, a little stainless steel razor blade. And so we'll sprinkle it generously with salt. I can go ahead and put it back in the refrigerator until I'm ready to cook it. And this is just going to help draw out some of that moisture, which will give us a crispier skin. And now for the lemongrass, I'll just take off the little tip here, remove some of the outer leaves. And what we want to do is smash this really good, and that will help release some of the flavors from the lemongrass. And now for my chili peppers, you can just put these in your curry whole if you want to, but I'm going to remove some of the seeds, and I'll just put these in my curry like this because I actually will probably eat those. But that's up to you. Now I have also my little serrano pepper here, which is really good, and then of course the scallion. And for the kaffir lime leaves, I'm going to use the zest from the lime, and I'll also use the leaves, and I'm just going to tear these kind of perpendicular to the rib in the middle of the leaf, only because I'm going to remove these. You can also tear these leaves parallel to the rib and then just remove the rib and just drop the leaves in there. So I find it's easier to remove them if I tear them the other way though. And I'll go ahead and grate up some of this palm sugar. I think this is probably the easiest way to use palm sugar. And you can also use light brown sugar. That will be a great substitute. At the last minute, I grabbed another Thai chili pepper out of my garage, which I had growing. This is the Thai yellow pepper. I'll just try to dislodge some of those seeds. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll heat up some of this safflower oil and cook the paste in it for about 1 to 2 minutes until it starts to smell real nice. That oil will start to turn a nice red color. And now we can go ahead and add our coconut milk. And now we'll add our red bell peppers, our carrots, the lemongrass, the galangal, the fish sauce, the hot chilies, the kaffir lime leaves. I'll go ahead and grate the peel of this lime right into my curry. So I'm on about medium heat, and I'll go ahead and cover this until it starts to heat up real good. That'll take about 10 minutes. Then I'll reduce the heat to low and let that cook while I work on the duck breast. So now I have my pan here. It's cold. I'm going to put the duck breast skin side down, and my heat is on about medium low, and I just want to slowly render out this fat, and it won't take very long. Go ahead and salt the other side while it's skin side down. Sometimes it's kind of amazing how much fat is in duck breast. This is real important to go ahead and render out that fat and get it nice and crispy. So now I'll go ahead and remove the fat. I'm still going to have a lot more come out of this breast, but that will come out in the oven. So I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll go ahead and stick this in there skin side down, and I'll put it on a rack that's about 1 position up from the bottom. Now while that duck breast is cooking, we'll go ahead and finish up the curry. Now I can go ahead and add the broccoli and the sugar. We'll go ahead and cover this and let it start to cook. I also want to go ahead and taste it just to make sure that it's salty enough. And it did need a little bit more salt, so instead of adding more fish sauce, I went ahead and just added a good sprinkle of salt. Now I'll add just a few more chilies so that I can get a little bite of a hot pepper in here, because we're nearing the end of making this curry. And I went ahead and removed the breast from the oven because it was reading 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit with my thermometer. So you want to go ahead and remove that and set it aside and just let it rest. And now we'll put our bamboo in here, which I love in curry, along with the pineapple. It's just smelling so good, and the broccoli's starting to cook too. And we'll just give it a cover, let it cook until that broccoli is done. Probably take about another 5 minutes. Okay, it's looking perfect. So go ahead and kill the heat and add some of the fresh basil. I'm using some of the flowers and some of the leaves. Just clip them off right in there. Thai basil is so good. I just love that licorice flavor that it adds to dishes. And we'll go ahead and add the scallions too. Now I removed the lemongrass, the galangal, and the kaffir lime leaves, and I added the juice of 1 lime. So now we can go ahead and cut the duck breast, and I like to cut it skin side down, so we'll give it a flip over here, and I'll just go in and cut it at an angle, probably about a 45-degree angle here. And you'll notice that your duck breast should be anywhere from about medium rare to medium, so that you make sure you don't overcook it. And the skin was just so crispy. When I cut through it, it just made a little crispy sound, which was wonderful. So now I'll go ahead and serve this with some jasmine rice. And a lot of the sauce, of course, the sauce is what's so good. And we'll put the duck breast right there on top. And a little bit of cilantro leaves. And now we can dig in. It's just so delicious. I hope that you can make this very soon. It's just a little change of pace from the regular curries that I normally make, and it's very good with shrimp too, or chicken even. So there you go. I hope you can give it a try, and if you want some more ideas for other ways that you can use a lot of the ingredients growing in your garden, you're welcome to head on over to my channel, and over there's something for everyone. Don't forget to click that little bell off to the right of the subscribed button and you'll receive all notifications from my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.